goes beyond poverty alleviation. It goes beyond the hydrocycle rehabilitation. It also includes biodiversity changes. 10 years ago when we came here, there was hardly any wildlife. There were no birds, there were hardly any insects, there were no mammals around, certainly no large mammals anymore. It had all gone. Now, as we've seen over the past few days, just looking around, the biodiversity is just stunning. I mean, I've seen more than 50 plant species on a terrace yesterday. Insects are all over the place. You see butterflies, you see the birds, you hear the birds everywhere. To me, it's just astounding. I would have never thought that this was possible within the lifetime of the project itself. We always thought in the beginning, well, we will start this. We will put some basic structures in place. But it'll take generations until this ecosystem will come back. I must say we were wrong. It went much faster than anybody thought. Nature is strong if you give it a chance. And this is what's happening in this project. We're not introducing anything new. We're not bringing new plants or new technologies or new anything. What we're doing is giving nature its place and its space again. Nature was completely taken over with human activity in this area for centuries. But if you give it a chance, it'll come back. That's very clear in this area.
As impressive as the ecologic improvements have been, this is only one aspect of the project. The local people have seen their income quadruple in a decade. New crops and techniques are replacing old, unsustainable agricultural practices. Orchards are providing high yield and high value. Vineyards are appearing and thriving. Greenhouses help increase the growing season. Pen feeding of livestock with fodder grown in the fields increases output while reducing impact on the ecosystem. Warping dams that use the power of erosion to fill in the gullies are producing very valuable bottomland that is highly prized by the farmers while reducing their impact on the slopelands. China has 22% of the world's population, but only 7% of the world's arable land. To restore an area the size of France to agricultural productivity is of huge importance for food security, for the local people and the nation.
住这么个转化就算可以的了，结果没有想到在这10年的又一个变化，就像这种前10年盖起的话，已经又不行了，赶不上现在的时代了。
There are many lessons that can be learned for other parts of the world. Let me first say that the Loess Plateau is somewhat unique. Okay, we have a situation here, as you say, the erosion rate is one of the highest in the world. It's a large area, it's vastly devastated, and it can be rehabilitated because it has not reached the point of no return. Because you have such a thick soil layer, even though the soil quality is poor, but you have a thick soil layer that with the right treatment can basically return into vegetation and go back to where it was. In many parts of the Old World, Greece, Italy, Spain, many parts of the New World, in the US, some of the Midwest, that is too late because you have lost what was there and it can never be brought back. Only in geological times. It'll take millions of years until the same soil situation can be built up again. However, there are still many parts in the world where an active erosion process is taking place right now. And if it is not stopped, may also get to the point of no return, where places will be totally lost. As a matter of fact, in the southern part of China, there are areas that are very heavily eroded, and the topsoil layer is only a few inches or 20 centimeters. And if you abuse that soil or that surface for 20, 30 years, it can already, the rock formations come straight out and you have a situation that can never be reversed again. I think this shows that if the right policies, the right type of investment and the right approach is chosen and applied on a large scale, you can stop and reverse in many parts of the world this type of destruction and ecological degradation. I am totally convinced that if you restore the vegetation cover, and we have shown that this can be done in this project, it can be done on a large scale with the right policies and the right components. I am totally convinced that you can totally restore this cycle. You can already feel it when you're in these gullies, when you're in these valleys, the temperature difference, you feel the humidity difference, the wind is slowed down, the dust is reduced. It is no doubt in my mind that this will have a major impact. Now we will have to leave it to the scientists in 20 or 30 years from now to look back and draw the conclusions what the actual quantitative impact was. But that it has an impact, I have no doubt in my mind.
It's impossible to estimate the value of the ecosystem benefits of soil stability, increased biodiversity, return of natural fertility, hydrological regulation, and the ability to sequester carbon. Around the world, hundreds of millions of subsistence farmers urgently need to escape from unsustainable agricultural practices and end destructive human behavior. Unless they have an alternative, there is nothing else they can do but continue to try to survive. The Loess Plateau watershed rehabilitation is showing a functional model that helps raise the desperately poor from their dilemma by employing them in active conservation of large-scale damaged ecosystems. Those that live in privilege and affluence have the opportunity to finance this planetary rehabilitation, without which there is no way to protect their way of life or provide future generations with intact ecosystems. This is Earth's hope.
Today we can enjoy the view here on top of this ridge. In 10 years from now we won't be able to, because we will sit in the middle of a forest. And now you see these villages everywhere when you look down in the valley, but you won't see them anymore because they will be in forests. And I think this is the vision. This whole place will be a green place again. It will not be a dust bowl. It will not be a barren landscape. It will be a wonderful place to live.